I will give you some tips to improve as a coach. So today we will see how to talk with your players. Let's see how you should speak. First of all, talk calm. Use the name of your players. It's important for your message to reach the players. It gives a feeling of closeness, and the fact of saying the player's name reaches their attention. Talk about one thing at a time. You cannot work on two things at the same time, so focus on one. Treating each objective individually is basic, so as not to saturate your players and their attention, too much information or workload. And for that, to prioritize what to work first, it's basic to set goals. Try to make your messages to be direct and as simple as you can. Good coaches don't lose any time on big explanations. Also, try to avoid to be so repetitive. A great coach will give a short and clear message. It's true that for a player to understand such a simple messages, prior information is necessary. You need a background, which is why you will need different times to communicate. If you're doing corrections on the court, you have to be clear and short. But after that, you can have some time to explain more and also to listen to your players. So the usual messages must be simple, concrete, and direct. Avoid boring monologues. We keep approximately 10% of what we hear. From this video, you will keep just a few tips. That's why you should not repeat, because the more we say, the more we lose. Verbal and not verbal language must say the same. A coach must transmit security and confidence on what he says. If we try to encourage a player and with our body we're giving tiredness and distrust, we will be giving contradictory information. We will be encouraging him, but at the same time we will be tired and even without any motivation at all. So it's very important that our body language says the same as our words. This tip, it's really important. Refer to actions to develop and not to those to avoid. Separate facts from opinions. You can give some examples to your player. When we give an opinion, we must make it clear that it's our opinion, not a fact. This helps to understand when we're transmitting objective facts or just our feelings or what we think about some special issue. If our player is doing all the time the same mistake, try to correct on different ways. If, for example, you see that he's missing all the balls because he's losing his balance, try not to say all the time, balance, balance, keep your balance. No, try to make him to change his attention. For example, focus on the body weight. Focus on your head. Be careful on your left arm. Feel the ground and transfer the weight. These were just examples to make the great correction without being repetitive. If you are knocking on different doors, maybe you will open one with your player. But if you're just knocking all the time on the same door, balance, balance, maybe he's not there. But if you try different corrections, you will help him to understand better, because you will give him a better view of what he has to correct. Adapt your language to the player. You have to talk according to age. At each stage, it is very important to adapt to the player's needs, and not only in adjectives, but also in the way we communicate with them. How to motivate, how to give feedback, or how to ask should be different between different ages. We have to be conscious of the age of our player. Ask for feedback after speaking. For example, we can ask, what are you going to work on now? And this will help you to know if your message has been understood. It also helps communication to be an exchange between the two and not just dump information. Let's see some tips for asking effective questions. When you say something, try not to exceed 15 seconds. And after speaking, listen. If you want to give a lot of information, stop, think, and make a reaction. Focus on the most important thing. Avoid sarcasm. As in the previous point, it's important to focus our messages on what's important. Sarcasm doesn't add up, it messes the message and doesn't contribute anything relevant. With young children, it's even more important to avoid sarcasm. Manage conflict. How to manage the conflict with the players. What shall we do when we find ourselves in a fight situation with a player? First, don't let the emotions talk. Breathe, keep calm, and speak assertively. Understand the other's point of view. Show that you care and care about the other person. Ask the player how they think you can solve the problem. When you don't get any answer, suggest possible solutions. You should always communicate constructively. When you speak in a conflictive situation, your communication must have an end. If it doesn't contribute, don't say it. And also, you have to speak directly with your player. Don't solve any problem with their family or environment. Also, you can ask the player what expectations they have or what ideas they have to lead the conflict. Focus on the solutions and not on the problem. What does the player think you should do? And sometimes you will not find a solution at that time. Then take some time, think, and set a new time to speak again. Don't rush. Thanks for seeing this video. Please leave a comment, click the like button, and I hope to see you again.